light's been broken for months, according to the attorneys that were in the elevator. And it's super dark in here. We're on floor 5 right now. We were in floor 6. I walked down the staircase. The judge tried to pull some game. Thought she was a fair judge, but these judges be tripping. Yeah, Clifford Brown's a bad judge. Kukurik's a bad judge. Blaze is a bad judge. Petratis is a bad judge. What's his name? Carlos Barrera? Yeah, he put an ankle monitor on where is it? Put an ankle monitor on a guy for the First Amendment. Thanks, Sean.
Go back and find out the exact date that I caught that charge in 2001. The exact date that you passed that.
25 years ago, it's not really relevant.
Floor 4. Floor 3, going down.
Yeah, he said I ran through
Did you go around one?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
No, they just made it up.
I told him, man, look, I got a CDL like I'm no better than that. I'm not a youngster.
We're gonna die. What's that? I hate these elevators. Oh my god. So did they pull your CDL? The minute they started going like an APD, the sheriff and DPS all together at the same time, pulling people over. Yeah. But he would pull there and you know what they say, if the ground goes down, right? Like South Park stuff. You need a better attorney. So did you know that there's a hearing?
They suspend my license on the ground.
Did you know there's a hearing for that?
Yeah, I had a hearing.
You had that hearing?
I had a big argument with him in GPS battles.
Yeah, there's a hearing. Not for the CDL, but for the license revocation. There's another hearing before you put all this other stuff. Is there a second? Yeah. Your lawyer should be fighting for that stuff. You know, those are not just the court case for the license too. That's all him. It's court appointed, right? Give Adam a poster call.
Okay.
See if Adam will take it.
It's on video. Poor Joe for running through a barricade with 5 of us cars. And the guy that we was instructed to go through that because they claimed putting the lines in the
They
middle of
told
the
you. The construction people told you too.
Okay. You said you recognized me 12:30 at night, black as I am in a car, 12:30 at night behind tinted windows. You recognize me. You don't even know me, dude. Second of all, you recognize my car. That car ain't even in my name.
Do you know what his name was?
Yeah,
I might know.
It's something I got on the paperwork.
Done something.
So I tell the judge when I was there, I say, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a bunch of loopholes in this case. It's bogus. I'm going to trial if I got to. Y'all want me to take this and take that. He telling me they want
Plea deal.
6 months to a year
That's how this
deferred
works.
and dismiss.
Everybody does it. That's how this works.
Take me and dismiss.
Even if they didn't do anything wrong,
Because
they
they
take
don't
play
want to
deals. Like that's the lawyers aren't doing their job, you know?
Yeah.
And the prosecutors are working for that in that building right there for the DA, and the DA is attacking us.
So they looking stupid when I tell them, I say, it's on video. When you get the video, he pulled me over for running through a barricade, but in the affidavit, he said he pulled me over for a registration sticker.
So-
How the hell you read my registration sticker 150, 200 yards away?
One thing I've learned is the prosecutors
You
and the
mentioned
attorneys,
nothing about
they don't
the
look at
barricade.
the video till like right before the trial. They're not doing their job because they're all backed up because they got so many people that are innocent that are trying to fight for their rights. So yeah, you keep pressing them, man, but like they haven't even looked at the video. You're talking to them about stuff they haven't even looked at the evidence yet. They're just pushing you through a system like
You
everybody.
trying to tell me some shit, talking about, oh yeah, your blood alcohol level like 1.4.
That's really high. 1.4, you'd be unconscious. Even if it's 0.14, it would still be like twice the legal limit, like almost. So like, did they do blood on you? Okay.
I told
got those results?
I told the judge, I can see these.
That's part of the evidence for discovery.
I I told the judge, I said, he said he pulled me over because of what? My registration. But he said he pulled me over for running through a barricade. He never mentioned in the affidavit. He never, there's no one video I refused the sobriety test, the tuberculosis test.
So what's the probable cause?
He said he pulled me over because I ran through the barricade.
Was your registration out?
It was.
Okay.
But
that's not what he
you
originally
use
said.
that as a perfect excuse. But you on video, you know why I pulled you over tonight, sir? No, sir, why? I pulled you over for running through the barricade.
Make sure your attorney watches the video before he continues to say, hey, get this. So the
that
first,
right there is a lie.
So the first thing you get is discovery. You know about discovery? So that's the first win. So you want all the evidence. You want to know if they're on the Brady list. You want to know, you want all the videos. You want everything. So like that's the first thing, and that'll usually get your case dismissed when you push for that. But sometimes you can't do those quarter points. Sometimes you got to hire Adam Raposa or somebody to really do it. Actually, Adam Raposa doesn't mean much. But like, he's hardcore at least. He'll get a jury trial.
That's what I'm thinking about, cranking up the jury because you're playing games. I'm not gonna sit there and let you gotta prove. Say it on video, you pull me on for a motherfucking running through a barricade.
Which everybody did, like, because they were instructed to by the construction crew, right?
Yeah.
So for the paint
you
crew.
ain't got no proof that I did.
So these court-appointed attorneys, they have a fiduciary duty because they took your case to defend you, but they don't. They're gonna not want to go to jury trial because they get their same amount of money.
I've been through the system so much since
so you got to either push them or get another.
That's why.
And I think you got the money for an attorney, you know. So and it's your job. We're talking about your job, your CDL. We're talking about something important.
I told the judge he didn't take my license. He supposed to took my driver's license. I was drunk, like he said I was. Supposed to took my driver's license. He lied in the affidavit. He never mentioned about the barricade situation. He lied about me refusing. Like it's a lot of bullshit.
Well, if you push it, you get it dismissed. You may not even have to go to jury trial, but if you don't push, they're gonna just keep trying to bully you.
Yeah, I already told him. Why would you want me to do 6 months to a year deferred probation? I already been fighting this case since March.
Exactly. I told them. Did you hear the offer they got offered me? They tried to dismiss. I would just take some kind of cognitive class, and she tried to say I was crazy because I wouldn't say I understand. So understand's a legal term. It means you're below me. It doesn't mean what you and I use. So she tried to trick me, and then she asked him if I was confident, and he's like, I think he's confident. I've won 23 cases in a row for filming the police. They keep retaliating, all the way to the federal court I've won, and she wants to ask me if I'm confident. Is she confident to stand above the Constitution? Or is she going to understand the Constitution?
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, no problem.
I got a cigarette?
I know, I'm sorry. I quit. That lady does over there, I think. She might have a vape. Just doing something.
Man.
But yeah, man, you fight. Yeah, I appreciate
I'm gonna fight him. Like I told him, I don't really want to take no probation for what? Tell me, well, they're gonna dismiss it off the record.
So they offered to dismiss it.
You know, it can be dismissed anyway.
Right.
Why should I have to keep getting drugged
And
around?
the attorney tried to he wanted me to take that because they don't want to work, right? And then I want a jury trial, and I want all this discovery. I wanted to depose the officer, and he's refusing. So I said, can I counteroffer? And the judge said, what's your counteroffer? I said, I want the city to pay me $1,000 and fire all the officers involved. That's my standard counteroffer. Nobody does counteroffer. If we're going to be dealing, let's deal.
See, I want to bust their ass for injury to my livelihood. I lost money.
That's a civil
I lost
suit.
money, like.
So get them to perjure.
Behind
get them on the witness stand. Get them to perjure themselves, and then go after that perjury stuff and get those charged, through the DA for perjury or whatever. However you get them charged. And then that's your civil suit. They had to lie to get you arrested, to get rid of your license. So all that, so you have a civil right. The Civil Rights Act of Section 1983 is also originally called the Ku Klux Klan Act, because after they had freed the slaves, the whites in the South had made all these laws called Jim Crow, and they had to make a federal law to overcome. So that's what we're still suing under. We're still dealing in 2025 with Jim Crow. We're still dealing with it. That's what I'm saying. So that's why we sue, and that's what I do. Actually, that's what I do. I've sued like city 5 times.
Bye, Hunter.
Yeah, I'm most definitely need to get up.
You in the office later?
What lawyer that'll help you?
Oh, that's right. You have to be.
I do it myself, and then the court can appoint you one if you're indigent, or actually not if you're indigent, if under certain cases. I've gotten appointed twice. It's not a right. It's like a special thing, but I've done it twice. Like when they shot my dog, I got a court-appointed attorney. we settled, and then this time when they arrest one of my arrests, they gave me another attorney in the federal court because it's civil. The burden. So here, you don't even have to say nothing. You don't have to go on a witness stand. You don't have to have nothing proof. The burden of proof is on the state because it's criminal. When you're civil over at the Republic Square Park, that the federal building, then it's all on you. So you got to have all the evidence. But like they have to produce evidence still, but you still have to prove your case. You have to be a witness.
You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, because it's on you because you're suing them, so you got to prove your case. When they're.
So what if I get a lawyer to do it? Lawyer take it. They're gonna get paid.
Yeah. So if you win $1, the lawyers get all their legal fees paid. So it's called contingency. So you can get a lawyer that can take it. You just have to find one willing, and it may not be someone from Austin. To tell you the truth, these lawyers here are all working with the cops.
Yeah, they work
the DA works with the cops. He's admitted it. How's he gonna have a police murder trials when he's working with the cops? That's why he's got the jury asleep during police, like the Mike Ramos case. The jury is fucking asleep up there in Judge Blasey's case. So how's he going to be a good DA if he's in bed with the cops?
Exactly.
It's a problem. He'll go after us for crimes, but he won't have to go after the cops for the crimes because he's conflicted. Yeah, I know how it goes. But I protest over there. I get my megaphone. I cuss at him a lot. They never call the cops on me once. He ain't gonna mess with it.
All right, man.
All right. Good luck, man. I appreciate you.
Too, man.
All right. Thank you for trucking, man. Keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. You know, from the 70s. So here we are at the Blackwell Thurman Criminal Injustice Center. They're trying to railroad people still, people of color. If they had, in this courtroom, so Austin is mainly a white yuppie court. City. And in the courts, though, and in the jails, it's about 95% black and brown. If in the courtroom they had a little small section that held about, 8 people, and then they had a bigger section that held about 50. And if they were to segregate the court, the white defendants and their families would only take up that small, there's only about 3 or 4 white people in there. And there's about 15, 20 black and brown people in there. So you can see, like, people want to talk about justice and racial profiling, and they don't want to talk about race. They don't want to talk about, but the government is literally set up to oppress people of color, from the police to the court employees, to the people, all the people working for APD. They're all involved in Ku Klux Klan race relations with the community, making sure that white people have it good and black and brown people fill up our courts and jails. In fact, black and brown people their children fill up our juvenile systems in white America. So yeah, it's definitely injustice. It definitely goes on, and there's nothing anybody's willing to do about it. It's just the system. It's okay if you're a black or brown employee of the system and you're oppressing other black and brown community members. That's okay for us to do with our power and our tax revenue, but it's pretty not cool what goes on. Pretty not cool indeed. I was hoping I'd see one of my lawyer friends out here, but I have a few notes today. This criminal trespass was not a legal criminal trespass. It was a violation of federal and statutory law, state law. The criminal trespass requires that you be given specific notice, individual notice, that you're being criminally trespassed and given an opportunity to leave, and before being arrested or anything like that. Police are not allowed to go and what they do all the time with the homeless. They're not allowed to go and solicit a criminal trespass, but they do it anyway. And that's against the law. So in this particular case, there's no such thing as a blanket criminal trespass. I just talked to an attorney about this earlier, not my attorney, a different attorney, but a friend. But yeah, the officer Petratis, I was up there filming like I'd been filming for a couple of years at this club. Like I said before, black and brown clubs next to each other that where black and brown people hang out and enjoy the party life of Austin, just like white people do. Believe me, white people day drink here. the yuppie little Karens. They like to get drunk all day long. This a mess. Go to their bistro, go to their bars. They like to do it, but then when people of color are in town, we get police often sent to the clubs to come and arrest people. So in this case, they had a couple of cops stationed on a APD. One of them had an AR-15. They were on a sniper position, ready to kill people in the crowd. Because I don't know what you would need an AR-15 for if you're not there to shoot an AR-15. I mean, were they there just to just intimidate people of color from spending money in Austin businesses? I don't know. So I was filming. I'd been up there at least half an hour, 45 minutes. At some point, I talked to Officer Petratis, and I looked him up. He was a bald-headed white cop, and I looked him up, and I recognized the name, and sure enough, and then I told him, hey, here's your. I showed him on the news where, hey, it looks like we've got you as a cop that's been fired for excessive force. Is that true? And he didn't want to talk about it. So, like, a little later, they came down with their AR-15 and arrested a black man for having some weed in his trunk. They searched his trunk and all that, and had him at gunpoint, whatever. And that was below the parking lot. And I was in an empty parking lot above. Well, they took him up there. I went down there and was filming from a distance quietly. Then they took him up, and they were going through, the process of arresting him. I think they had his car up there. I can't remember. And I was far away, like 20, 30 feet away. I wasn't talking to them at all. I'd already said what I needed to say. And then Officer Petratis starts yelling at me and approaching me, telling me I can't be there. And he tells me there's actually a blanket criminal trespass. Remember when I told you the attorney told me today, my friend said that she's with the county attorney's office. She said that there's no blanket criminal trespass in Austin. And so he told me there was. And I said, I want to see the paperwork. I want to see the blanket criminal trespass paperwork. And he arrested me. So again, I did not refuse to leave. I wasn't given an opportunity to leave, and all I did was ask for the paperwork to verify what he was talking about, and he put me under arrest. So that's a violation of statutory law. So they're abusing the law because I was filming. Because we're filming, they want to come after the press. They're always after the press. They're always after the press that exposes the criminality within our injustice system, within our police organizations, and how it's unethical and immoral to do the racist Klan bullshit on members of the press of color, and on members of people of color in the community, members of the community of color. Anyway, so he arrests me and seized all my gear. So at that point, they violated federal law, not just the 4th Amendment and the 14th Amendment, but also the Privacy Protection Act of 1980. That's the one I just won in federal court that we're still waiting on attorney fees to be paid any day now. The city's already paid me a federal fine, sent the check to my lawyers, they put it in the trust, and then they paid me out of their trust. So I've already been paid, and the lawyers haven't been paid, but it's because the city's attorneys are trying to whittle down the already low bill, because my attorney's he's a civil rights attorney in a large law firm in the 27th floor of the Frost Tower. So he's well paid. So yeah, he makes a lot of money. I think it's $300 an hour or something is his billable rate, and all the other staff that worked on it. So there's bills for all that. And if you win $1 in the federal courts or in a civil trial against the government, they have to pay all your legal fees. So believe me, the legal fees are way higher than the amount you're going to win, probably, unless it's going to be a murder trial or something. Well, that's bad cop Collins. Anyway, so this bad cop Petratis, who shouldn't even be on the force, and is probably on the Brady list. I probably can't testify under federal case law. I guess it's case law. I mean, federal law, the Brady Act, and the Michael Morton Acts. So they're trying to hide. At this point, they're trying to hide the evidence. They're trying to hide. They haven't given me any evidence, and they're going to go ahead. They were trying to dismiss it. The judge called me forward. They made me plea, not guilty, that kind of stuff. They offered me a plea deal, the prosecutor, and it was like 10 time served is one, which I think I only spent like, you know, I don't know, 5 hours in jail, not very much. They were just going to offer me, since you went to jail, we're just going to dismiss it. And then they offered me to take some kind of class. I don't even know if she told me the class. It's probably the cognitive retraining class. And I said, I would like to make a counteroffer. And she said, what's your counteroffer? And I said, I'd like $1,000. And then she interrupted me. I'd like the city to pay $1,000 and fire the officers involved. And she interrupted me. She asked the attorney if I was competent to serve because I wouldn't say that I understood something. I used other words because she was asking me understand. And from from my research, understand is a specific legal term to mean that you're subservient. It's a subservience thing, a legal term for subservience. So I told her I comprehend, but I didn't. So she was thinking I wasn't competent because I wouldn't just answer yes or no on a plea deal. But I thought we were in a negotiations. If we're gonna deal, let's deal or no deal. And then so they ended up setting a court date in February, I don't know, February 25th or something for a jury trial. The attorney refuses to depose the Officer Petratis, which means interview him before trial and use that as evidence. And I offered him to be a standby attorney. That's what I offered him because he's not really advocating. So what really happened is he had another couple clients in the room and he left the room. Well, he got there late and people were waiting. And then he's working with the guy, pleading him out or whatever, getting him on an ankle monitor for a DWI, a black man. And then they called me, and then he gave me my date, then he left, and then the judge was asking, the judge doesn't want me court watching and taking notes, even though that's my right and my duty as press. And so these courts really don't want to be exposed for what they do when they're pleading people out, when lawyers are violating their clients' rights. I had a lawyer in there yelling at his client, a black female, and he's in a wheelchair, white lawyer in a wheelchair. He wanted her to go to the next case with him and follow him because he wasn't done talking to her. And she's like, I've been here all day. You know, it's almost noon. She's like, I've been here for, all day. I can only park so long, whatever it is, because they charge for parking. They put parking tickets on us out here. And then even if you have a media tag, they still don't know the rules. So then the judge was asking the bailiff, why are his clients still here? Me and the other people, the other person. And so the bailiff was instructed by the judge to come find out. And I told him I was just there, just watching as press, that I'm done. And I wasn't even supposed to have an appearance, yet they put maybe an appearance on me. I'm not even supposed to be there, but whatever. And then the other person was waiting on their scram details on where to get the ankle monitor put on in the appointment, that you have to pay for it. When they oppress you, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it in taxes, and you have to pay more fees. If you take a class, if you do anything, you have to pay for it. And then, so basically, I'm set for jury trial. The judge said that my attorney, Richard Michaels, was not supposed to leave with his clients in the room, not taken care of. I was taken care of, but the judge thought I was there waiting on something, which I was not. She made a false assumption. She basically threatened to have me, she did a veiled threat of having me not be able to testify on my own defense, on my own case. And I told her that the police violated the federal law. I told the judge it's a violation of federal law. And that's what happened. When they didn't have probable cause and they used fictitious probable cause to arrest me, that's when they violated the Privacy Protection Act, the 4th and 14th Amendments. So there should have been due process, and you should be securing your person and effects from undue search and seizures. And they should not also take laws and just arbitrarily demand that people move when they're involved in constitutionally protected exercises in a public space. I wasn't inside a building. I wasn't inside a barricade or not a barricade, a fence. There weren't any no trespassing signs that I passed walking in there. I've been going there for months. I'd been there for an hour. No one had mentioned anything until I was filming the arrest of a man from afar, and then I'm a problem. So yeah, it's a uphill battle for the police. I don't know if the attorney agrees, but it's going to be an uphill battle for the police, and I'm going to inform him that that there's federal laws. I'm going to inform him of the Privacy Protection Act of 1980. He doesn't really believe. He told the judge that civil and criminal are two different things. This is all one case. I don't know how you explain it. You've got, if I got it dismissed, I could sue, yes. But I'm going to get the full Monty. I want to get all the evidence. I want to get the attorney hasn't watched the video. Okay, these are, like I just told that gentleman, these attorneys don't do their job. The prosecutors don't do their job. They come at you full force and try to bully you when they don't even know the facts of the case. You know what I'm saying? And these cops, they lie. They do racist harm to the community. They're racially profiling, which we know is unconstitutional. Yeah, there's Officer Collins. He once took a homeless woman's tent and stole it. Yeah, threw it in the trash. He's a bad cop. On video. I don't think we released that video, but we know. Brianna was there. We gave her a tent, set it up for her where she wanted it, and then he came and took it down with his own hands, said he was going to move it for her, and then he told her she had to be out of sight, out of mind, and then he took her tent away and left her. She's on a walker. She couldn't walk. He left her on the sidewalk with no place to go at night. These cops are disgusting. See what all we got in here. So you have a constitutional right to film the police and all their activities. Keeping you, your family, and your community targeted. Okay, good. What you got here? What you got in here? I saw some zip ties. There. Gotta get out of the way here. Oh, there we go. Some zip ties there. Police stuff. Their evidence jackets. All sorts of stuff. So that's all your money right there. You bought everything in that car that the officer didn't buy off his own paycheck, which basically you bought it also because you paid him. So you have a right to film these guys. You have a right to all this stuff. The government doesn't have a right to tell you to do anything. You can't understand anything. You can't be arrested for anything. Like, we've gone so far outside of the government's rights and outside of the people's rights that it's just been normalized. Normal. You can't even hold the president up to the criminal law. So how are they going to put us up to the criminal law for not? So, like, there needs to be a victim. There needs to be a real victim. And so right now the judges and prosecutors are trying to say that the businesses locally that weren't even open, that they were victimized by me filming. And I'm good with that. I think that's going to be a good jury trial. Escamilla. We're watching you, Escamilla. You're live. Ooh. How many push-ups? How many push-ups you think Escamilla can do? Go ahead. How many pull-ups? How many pull-ups? Sorry. And not the diaper, the actual exercise. So I think it's the county attorneys. I don't know if it's the DA's prosecutors or the county prosecutors that'll be prosecuting me. Guess we'll find out. I'm being followed by a whole gaggle of the DA's henchmen, I believe. The DA's got henchmen all over the fucking place. No, I don't think that's a legal parking spot. You're gonna get it? Okay, it is a legal parking spot. Go talk to DA Garza. Yeah, this is the guy that said he was going to free Austin from police oppression. And he totally said, his staff said that they work with the APD so they don't hold him accountable. That's totally what he told me. Hey, DA Garza! We got a court date! I'll see you in court! They literally want to talk to us, but they can't keep their logos. Logos all peeling off. Oh, y'all are all right. Talking to the DA and his henchmen. Y'all the henchmen? DA and their henchmen. Overpaid tax tyrants. Don't protect the public. Don't protect the community. Let these cops run rampant, beating up minorities, targeting the homeless, ripping them out of their tents by their feet, taking knives and stealing their property, violations of the Constitution and their oath, violating the Constitution, letting the police target the press. Hey, DA Garza, I'll see you in court. When do I see you in court, punk? I'm right here, Garza. Come and get me, you coward. Send all your cowardly little minions. Ah, you work for the DA?
No, I don't.
Thank God. Cowardly little minions can kiss my ass. Kiss my brown indigenous ass. There's a guy that got mad when I filmed him. Filming you again, bro. You're being filmed again. Look at you being filmed again. So yeah, you see their logo's falling off here, and the Attorney General of the state of Texas thing is very fucking dilapidated. They got money to come after us, but they don't have money to fix their little state seal. No, these people are going to a little bistro. It's a really good bistro next door. They make like a little omelet in a square. It's very fancy. But hey, DA Garza, come and get me. I'm right here. Here I am. My whole brown ass is here for you. God help you, DA Garza. You and your staff are gonna burn in hell for the blood that you've let on our streets. Hey, is Garza up there today? You think you'd visit with me? You don't want to talk. I don't blame you. DA Garza, I'm right here. Come and get me, DA Garza. Where'd your little robots go? They had some little delivery robots over here, right over there, but they're not there. They're probably out delivering and stuff. With cops vaping. Is that your car? Nice. No, is that my car? I'll tell you what, I'll sell it to you. $3, $3.50. That's a 4-door Porsche. That is not the sports model. If it's a 4-door. Official Business Department of Justice, Drug Enforcement. See, there's the DEA right there. Drug Enforcement Division. Got Porsches. They probably took it in a seizure, knowing these clowns. Man. I've actually never seen a 4-door Porsche. Porsche. But yeah, here it is. Here's your DA's license plate. It's a Porsche Panamera, whatever. What does that say? Panamera S. There's the license plate. Enjoy. But yeah, so you got the DEA here visiting. And they're in a parking spot or not? Law enforcement only. Okay, that's good to know. There's the DEA's Porsche. They got, how much drugs you think in their trunk? Does anybody ever search the trunk of their car? No? Anybody ever search the DEA, see what kind of drugs they're on? You gotta be on something to compartmentalize your emotions of the people that you're tragically affecting of color, and just racial profiling that the DEA does. When President Nixon started the DEA, you can look this up, he said, we're gonna go after blacks and Mexicans. That's what he said. He said, we're gonna go after Mexicans for marijuana and blacks for heroin, just arrest them and get felonies. That's what he told all law enforcement. He had his press secretary or whoever tell all law enforcement in the United States, send them a letter, tell them to do it. That's what started the DEA and the war on drugs. And guess what? America's the #1 consumer of drugs in the world, and guess why they're here? because the government traffic them. So the CIA is training and arming the cartel. That's been reported in the news. I've heard it, and I'm repeating it. So people want to talk about racism, and you talk your racist shit about MS-13 or the cartels or whatever. That's your CIA. Did you know Al-Qaeda was CIA trained? It used to be the Mujahideen in Afghanistan fighting the Russians, and the CIA trained them to become Al-Qaeda. Did you know that? Did you know that your Islamic Front, all that stuff is all U.S. and other military people? Did you know that? They're always watching us, but they get mad on camera. You notice how they duck and run from the camera? Can you duck and run from the government's cameras? Well, can you? What do you think? No, the answer is no. The government's always watching us. They're always watching us. And they're always persecuting and lying and perjuring, and that's what the DA covers up. DA Garza, why are these cops still perjuring themselves in your courts? When are you going to prosecute perjuries under color of law in Travis County? Are you the district attorney, or are you the district can't? District attorney that can't? DA Garza, y'all are number one. Totally number one. I totally love your injustices, your oppression of people of color. I like your white power bullshit, Jose Garza. Jose, I'm a big fan. Big fucking fan. Effing fan. You got this lawyer over here yelling at his client in the courtroom in Elizabeth Earl's court. You got lawyers that are supposed to be helping their clients soliciting failure to appear warrants, but most of all, you've got officers raping, murdering, perjuring themselves all over Travis County, in and out of the courts, attacking homeless people, and yet you tell me you're partnered with the police in crime. In crime, Jose Garza. Well, we're in court now, you and I. I hope to see your punk ass. Come and get me. For all the blood you've spilled in Austin, come and get me. I'll be your damn Huckleberry. I'll be your indigenous sacrifice. Jose, you're a failure. If you don't do it, who's going to do it? If you're not going to hold the government accountable, who's going to do it? You're not a district attorney. You're a hired gun for the police. You're not interested in justice. You're a pimp for injustice. How much does it cost to buy a Mexican as a DA? To turn his back on the community? To turn his back on La Raza? To turn his back on the black community? The veteran community? The homeless community? The women? You did nothing to hold the cops accountable for raping women in Austin. Hundreds of women were raped. You did nothing. Chief Acevedo himself was a rapist. DA Garza, I hate you, but I love you. I love your oppression. I love that you won't, you sold your soul. You sold your little brown soul to the red devil. The white devil, I should say. The white blue-eyed devils. You know how many people are innocent that you're trying to plea out? Why are innocent people having to plea out in a crooked-ass court? Judge Elizabeth Earl wants to know if I'm crazy or not. Yeah, I want to know how much psychological testing you assholes have. You sellout pieces of shit. Fuck all y'all. I'll be back. I'll see you in court too. You dumb son of a bitch. Fuck you, DA Garza. All right. So, I hope I get my jury trial. So my attorney friend said, you're not going to get a jury trial. They're going to dismiss your case. I said, well, they don't hate me enough. So I just took care of that.
I ain't even mad at you.
They're just trying to say I'm crazy. They're crazy. They're pleading people out there innocent left and right. What are they doing to our community? And who's in the court? 4 white people? 20 black and brown people. Who's in the jail? Who's in the juvenile system? It's clearly racism. If I mention racism, all the whites get on my channel and say, why are you bringing the race card? Like they're keeping us down to keep y'all up. but they don't see it because they're benefiting. So if I was in their place, I wouldn't see it either. But I'm calling it out, and like I might be crazy, but I ain't not as crazy as they are.
You ain't crazy.
You did the head.
Yeah.
I won 23 cases in a row.
Oh,
Them arresting me for filming the police. 23 in a row, and a federal case. That's
The
the
last
24.
one, Julian. We
Huh?
won you the last one. Don't forget to tell
Yeah,
him.
he helped. He helped. You did a good job there, Gentry. You still have 24 hours to contact your client when they're in jail.
You weren't my client to start with.
I know. I'm going to get a hold of Machado, though. It took months. They all, like, you get the private defender system.
Yeah.
It's a private company. And they sign the attorneys.
Yeah.
They have 24 hours to contact you, and they leave people in jail. They've admitted to me that they don't have time to deal with the people in jail. That's a constitutional violation. That's not our problem. That's their fucking problem. Don't take 500 clients. You know?
Yeah.
Do your job.
Yeah.
But like they let me rot in there one time. It was that case, that guy's case. I went through 2 attorneys, and the judge didn't want me to fire the attorneys.
And you won.
I had to fire the other attorney. Yeah, I won. They dismissed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looked at the video. So they never look at the video till way at the end. They look at the evidence. They're just trying to bully you. You're gonna do this. Like that's not justice. Like if you don't even know what you do, why are we here?
Yeah.
And how does that help the taxpayer? Like you're wasting all this money. We all need to look at the evidence to figure out if there's even a case before y'all come hollering at us to take a plea deal.
Yeah.
A lot of injustice here.
It's a lot.
Real,
I've been watching
real.
it for years, like 20 years I've been in Austin. And every time I get out of jail, I'm like, I need to do this, and then I don't, and so now I do. Because all the times I said I was going to do something, I didn't, because like, our brothers and sisters are in there suffering right now. Most of them didn't do shit. They were just out there looking like they look, and they just say, well, you're brown, you go down.
Yeah.
Like South Park said,
Yeah.
you're brown, you go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But I've protested him with my electric guitar, with my megaphone, everything. They've never called the cops. The security guard downstairs got me surrounded by all their fucking guys with guns up there because I was filming in the lobby.
Yeah.
After they asked me to come pick up my USB drive of evidence.
Yeah.
So a cop ran into me and my friend while we were on the street with our press badges. Well, I had my press badge, but we were pressed filming the homeless suite.
Yeah.
And the cop ran into us and laughed, drove off. Ran into us with his police car and drove off, like in my person.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm not going to press charges. But here's your flash drive. So I come up to get my flash drive, and then they had me surrounded by huckleberries. I'm like, I ain't here for all y'all. Bring Jose down.
Yeah.
And then they found out that you can film in the lobby because it's a public space.
Yeah.
I basically was auditing, but they request me to be there.
Yeah.
They made me be there. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, I'm supposed to be there. Like, got any business here? I'm like, y'all send me an email. Tell me, come here. Here I am.
Okay.
But yeah, this
Keep
place.
doing your good job. Keep
Yeah,
doing
I
that
encourage
good
y'all
deed.
too, man. We all have rights. We have
Yeah,
the same
we all
rights. The
have
same
rights.
thing I did, anybody can do.
Yeah.
And I've already broke that ground. Never had the cops bother me once.
Yeah.
See y'all later.
Okay. Keep doing your good job. Good deed.
You too, man. I love the community. I hate the system. Hey, look familiar. The community needs justice. That's why we don't have peace, is the community needs justice. And we're not getting justice through Jose Garza and all these clowns that are getting paid in this system. Like literally a judge trying to tell you you're crazy for not wanting to answer a trick legal question, for just answering her. I answered her. She didn't like my answer because she wanted me to say, yes, I understand, or no, I don't understand. I'm not going to say understand. Anybody knows that I don't mess around with understand. I'll comprehend. I do a lot of things. I'll hear you. I'll consider you. I hear your statements, but I'm not gonna understand. How's it going, Kissinger? How's it going? How y'all doing? Question going on over here. It's contractor entrance only. Got your PPE requirements here. None of which will help you from wanton police misconduct. So basically the wanton, rampant policeman misconduct is supported by the district attorney's office and the county's attorney's office and the Office of Police Oversight and the Austin Police Association, the mob, which I call the mob because they do racketeering And technically, they're all doing racketeering together. They're doing what's called Section 42 United States Code, Section 1985, conspiracy of parties, when one or more agents of the government conspire to deprive you of your constitutional inalienable rights given by God and expressed in the Constitution and constitutional case law. You have been violated, and there's been a conspiracy of parties, and I keep trying to express that, but I guess the law's weak on that. It's in the federal law, but it's weak. Got a ticket. Dang, they gave you a ticket?
I'll take care of it though.
You law enforcement?
They didn't see my pass, then probably because of the rain, it's right there on the thing.
Yeah, you're LEO.
Yeah, that's right. I ain't worried.
Austin APD? I hear you.
It's all wet too.
You must be like a general by now.
They couldn't put it in a plastic bag. It's kind of pretty wet.
Or make it out of plastic. Or maybe just house the homeless instead of worrying about where people are parked.
Thank you.
Yeah, spend that money instead of cops and
Why do we waste so much? You
Yeah.
we started. Why do we waste so much money when there are people that just
like,
I'm not city council.
huh?
I'm not city council.
Yeah. Oh, it's shitty council. They're sold out to the developers. So we don't have a representative government if you can attack the homeless.
City council. We need real people on city.
Oh, I talk to them all the time. They ignore me.
Ignore me too.
I talked to them since Lee Leffingwell. They still don't care.
Shut up every time. Have a good one, Joe.
All right. Fucking cops. So anyways, so cops are always wrong. They're always the victim of everything. I didn't see a pass. He's got not even exempt plates, but by his age, he should be a freaking general in this in that army of that racist. I mean, okay, so people talk about incursions and terrorists and that kind of stuff. What do you think the police are? What do you think this government is? This Nazi government is? What do you think they are? You think that they're American? That's the system that the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were not warning you of? This is what they were warning you of, is a government overreach that would do anything it wants and oppress people. So here we are, 2025, dealing with 1776 still, and we never really got there. Somebody fell asleep, and they told us we could vote our way out of this shit. You can't vote your way out of this shit in America, because America is the problem now. And America's a set of continents, just to let you know. I'm indigenous to those set of continents. And there's many like me. You can't just rape away our genetics and our lineage. You can't do that. No matter how many colonists rape the indigenous people here, we're still here. We're still here, and we're not going anywhere. But yeah, we're fighting. We fight fiercely. We have a dog in the fight. So we're going to definitely fight harder than most people. The lawyers don't want to be seen even walking by on camera. The DA's office people, they got all their prosecutors just ran up past me, the ones that are prosecuting me, and everybody else in the courthouse went for a late lunch about 1 o'clock or so, went downstairs, came into the DA's office. We're ducking and hiding and smiling and laughing and we're embarrassed. Truly embarrassed by the things I was calling out that are totally true. Anybody that's been to court and been oppressed and had the cops lie knows that that's illegal, that it's rampant, and it's wrong. Anybody, but when you're inside the system, somehow they excuse it, compartmentalize it, go into code switching, and then they want to bully you. Oh, you don't have your ankle fucking monitor. Give me an ankle monitor for the First Amendment, please, like you did my friend Jay. Give me an ankle monitor. I want 10 ankle fucking monitors. That's how much I love our system of law meant to protect the Constitution, the First Amendment. That's how much I love it. I don't care. Obviously, I love it because I go to jail for it a lot. And I've won all my cases, except for this one. Well, there's 2 cases. I've got a jaywalking type case, a pedestrian case in Hyde Park by University of Texas Police Department. They arrested me for filming. They just chose something. That's what they do. They pick something. They call it pretextual arrest. Like they already if anybody does any of this, we're going to go after them. They were going after protesters, and they decided to go after the press for covering the protesters being oppressed under the First Amendment. Why is this thing zoomed in so far? But there's a library where they tried to dox the homeless with biometric blockchain for the mayor and Mayor Bloomberg of New York for a tech grant, millions of dollars in tech grants to do that. They still have this unconstitutional sign here, which I already talked to the municipal court, community court, and they agreed, or maybe it's municipal. One of their clerks, I said, you can't have no trespassing on a public library like this. What does it say? What? Something about murder. Jesse, something found murder poop. If you sing in back of trash cans, leads to your deliver. I don't know what that is. So they're saying someone was murdered here. The streets are trying to send a message on their no trespassing sign. But this is a violation of public law. You either have a public property or you don't. This no trespassing thing is ridiculous. It's been raining here. I don't know if you can see all the water, but look at this. This is a worm. This is a caterpillar. Look at him. He's just eating away there at the top of that stem. Oh, autofocus, it's not liking that. So anyways, there's your local things. So anyways, I think I covered what happened today. I don't know if I missed anything. I took a lot of notes. They were playing videos in the courtroom of like some videos around the world that they got on YouTube. They're playing basically Christmas videos in there on all the screens. They were talking about their dogs, which kind of gave me PTSD because they're talking about their German Shepherd, their dogs. But do they know that the police regularly kill homeless people's dogs in Austin? They know that the police here regularly kill dogs and they refuse to publish the information on the dog shootings? Do they know what's really going on in Austin? I don't know. I'm gonna take some of these seeds here. Oop, there's some more right here. You want to get a seed head like this one dried out. It's a pretty flower. That's where I get my plants for my garden. I just pull them up. See the seed head? That's what you want. I can't get it break loose. Yeah, you want these seed heads like this. Don't forget that they're in your pocket. Put them in a wash. But when I get to my garden, I'll just throw them in the garden. Not all plants have seeds. I get my perennials and annuals all mixed up, but I think the perennials are the ones that have seeds and the annuals are the ones that don't. But yeah, apparently I'm trespassing walking around on the sidewalk here. Well, don't build a sidewalk. That's all I got to say. If you're worried about the citizens using a sidewalk, I guess you'll just tear them all up and make green spaces that we can go in. I don't know what to say. If you guys can't be trusted with public property, then you shouldn't have access to public property. Give it back to the people and we'll use it. We don't have enough places to go. President Trump said America's full. Like, we definitely need access to public spaces. It's the Falk Library. It's the archives. Now, the new city symbol. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that symbol and people have complained. It's actually supposed to be in color like this right here. Like that. So yeah, public property turned into private property for the government. But it's still public because the government's public. They can't own anything. Oh, look at this. I don't know if you must see it because of the glare. They got a sombrero, additional outfit of somebody. It's got an eagle on the back with the snake. And it's got a sarap or whatever, little blankie. But yeah, so these are where the archives are kept. Here's the Wi-Fi access point, repeater, and their massive array of cameras. Supposed to be open from 12 to 5, Thursday through Saturday. Today's Wednesday. Oh, okay. Closed on Wednesday. So we can go in there supposedly, but they don't let the public in there. They also, this is a public parking lot. They made it staff only, and there's all these empty parking spots, but you get tickets out there on the street. Then number 1, out of order. So I can't remember. I had some other things. The judge, let's see. There was another attorney that came in, said, my client's not here for the second time. Go ahead and, do it. And got his client arrested, got a warrant out for his client FTA, failure to appear. I see the lawyers doing this a lot, but the guy in the wheelchair there was yelling at his black client, female, because he wanted her to stay. She'd been there all morning, and he was yelling at her. I mean, I feel bad for him because he's wheelchair bound, but he's a white lawyer doing racist harm in Austin, so I feel like that supersedes a lot. So I think it says a lot. You're getting paid for doing racist harm. Like, he obviously believes in just the status quo. These lawyers tell me that they're only interested in the money. They're not interested in justice, like I've said before. They don't care what the state bar says about justice and the justice fund. They don't care about any of that. They just care about getting paid. They just care about getting paid. They're not in it for justice. They're in it for money. I mean, that's a mess. We got a fog here in Austin. Fuck DA Garza. Sorry I cussed y'all, but I got PTSD and I express it sometimes. I don't try not to bottle it up. I try to express it. And the city made me take anger management classes to dismiss one of my cases. I don't know why I have to do something in order to get it dismissed. It wasn't a plea bargain, but I mean, it still looks like one. And actually, that lawyer that we talked to was the one that was yelling. What's his name? Richard Gentry was the one that got me that deal. And I only did it to help my lawsuit move along, but to further prove my lawsuit was valid, because these cases are invalid. So I got it dismissed, and they made me take an anger fucking management fucking class, and they said in the class that you need to express your anger sometimes, and the anger sometimes is like, for injustice and things like that is understandable and has a place. And so I'm just following the class they made me take. It's like some online class. It's like really wasn't a class, just like it's an online thing. All right, y'all. I'll keep posted, and we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of like not happy with today. I could have gotten it dismissed, and of course I would have felt good, but that's not what I want. I haven't gotten any discovery. They haven't even given me the affidavit. I don't know what's going on, but I certainly want to know if they even have a case, because as I understand it, if you're on the Brady list, if you've been fired and stuff like that, you may not be able to testify yourself as a cop. So without the arresting officer there to testify, it'll certainly go better. But I'd like to depose the Officer Petratis, but the lawyer's doesn't understand the law, because under criminal law you definitely can depose witnesses. So yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the law a little bit. I'll have to send him some law on that, I think. All right, y'all. We're heading across the parking, the walk stripes, the pedestrian stripes. We'll see y'all later. Much love to the people. Much disregard for violent racist policing and violent racist courts that destroy our community fabric. We could have a lot if it wasn't for all the government oppression. We could have a lot. We could actually have things. But it's really hard to keep paying out fines and fees and dealing with oppression. It's really hard. All right, namaste, y'all. Be safe. Keep fighting.